I am really pleased that stove season's here. It's looking like we might have some snow later this week on possibly Thursday or Friday. But, you know, up until then, the daytime temps have actually been keeping pretty warm, you know, in the like 50s to 60s. And this time of year is just my favorite. I love it when everything starts to turn cold and winter camping season is just literally right around the corner. Sierra continues to be a bundle of joy, and this dog is so much fun to hang out with. I'm thrilled that she's still doing well in spite of her cancer. We spend pretty much every morning just running around, playing fetch, just, you know, enjoying life, enjoying the morning before we get our day started. And then usually I take care of a few chores in the morning while she'll take a nap. And this downtime allows me an opportunity to work on stuff around the place, like, you know, switch out trailer light bulbs and just different stuff like that. It's time to finish up the roof on the shower there. And I've got these left over from the front of the roof, and that's what we're going to use up there, but I'm going to have to figure out how to cut one of them and then lap it underneath and then screw it down so it's watertight. And it doesn't really matter really that much if it's watertight or not. I just basically want to shed the water away from the camper so that way when it rains and it comes off the roof there, it doesn't hit that and then go back into the camper. You know, it comes away from the living space there. So that's the plan for today. And then after this, I got to go process up some trees. A buddy of mine's went over because he's got a bunch of goats and they like pinyon pine. They like to eat it. And the vitamin C in it's real good for them. And so they eat all the needles and all that stuff. And so I've got a tree I knocked over. He's going to come over and grab that later, and we're going to do a little trade for some stuff. Yeah, I want to show y'all something here. I might fall backwards off the ladder. This is not the correct way to do this. You see how I'm overlapping it like this? What you really want to do is you want to, I've got the sides of these cut, but there's another part that comes out here that's smaller than this. And you actually have this come over it, and then the bottom part laps in like this, and you screw it down right there and you're good. But I cut that off because these are basically just like the scraps that are left over from what I did on the front. And I'm basically gonna have to jerry rig this. I'll probably put a bead of silicone right through here and then push it down. That way it creates a seal and goes all the way up, and that way the water doesn't leak through underneath here and get on this stuff. And then we've just got a little tiny bit to do over there, and we've got one piece left right there. And so I'm thinking we can make 2 cuts with the grinder or with the metal cutting tool that I have and cover that, and then we can make it look all good. And kind of have the same type of overhang over here, just kind of have a, you know, about that much sticking off on that side. So let's get it done. Flip this over and there's a nasty little bugger right there. I don't know what type of spider that is. I thought initially Black Widow, but a Black Widow only has rear that's a star, I believe. This one looks a little different, so I'm not sure what that is. We're going to go ahead and take care of it. Everything turned out pretty good up there. We've got an overhang on this side, and then an overhang on this side. I couldn't match them because I didn't have enough material. So, but they both hang over about the same. And then it looks like this up here. And I had to piecemeal this together so it's not put on perfect. As you can see, like this right here, I'm going to put in some, as you can see here, this isn't the way you normally do it. You normally tuck underneath and have a piece that goes up like this and have this piece go over it. But we didn't have that, so what I'll do is I'll come in here and put in some silicone. But for the most part, everything lined up real nice. It looks cool. Love the look of this old school stuff. And then all I need to do really is just take the rest of it and screw it down. That way in the wind it doesn't make any rattles. We'll be set. I found a spot on Google Earth, which I thought looked really cool to go check out, just a 4-wheel and see if there's good places to camp. And so Sierra and I, we went there the other day and we spent all day on trail. We got out there pretty much like midday, and then by the evening time, we came across a really cool ruin. And the trails out here were gnarly. I mean, it's pretty much just an area where it's pretty much truck only or Jeep or 4-wheeler. A lot of the trails were so narrow I couldn't even get my truck down. So those are 4-wheeler trails and like single track trails and stuff like that. But at the top of this hill here, this little rock outcropping, is a ruin that I had heard about. Now, if you saw my last video that has to do with the Prescott culture, this is that same group of people that built these amazing hilltop ruins all through my area. And it's been suggested that this is the best Native American hilltop architecture in the entire North American continent. This is in my area. I'm real pleased that this stuff is nearby. It's actually my most favorite thing to do outdoors is to check out Native American ruins. And this one, I had heard about it. There was a presentation I watched a while back, and in the presentation, there was a ruin that had basalt, rhyolite, sandstone, and limestone all in the walls, which created color patterns. And this is that ruin. I was beyond excited to check it out. But we got there right at dusk, and I found this right as the sun was going down. So this is all in the shadows because all of this ruin faces the east. And there are some features, which I'll show you here in just a little bit, which I think are pretty interesting, which could suggest this was a religious site. But you see how those walls there, you see how there's like the pink stones and then darker red and then white and then real dark. The dark is basalt, the pink is sandstone, the red is rhyolite, and the white is limestone. So I had heard that there were patterns in the wall. I didn't get a chance to hike up there yet. But this ruin, I mean, if you see here, it's kind of located in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing else around. And I'm planning to go back here before Thursday, or actually before Wednesday. We're supposed to start getting rain and possibly snow on Wednesday. So I want to go back there before then and hike up to this location. And here's showing, you know, this rock butte in the middle of nowhere. Imagine the views from up there in every direction. Now, coming down with the drone, you can see it looks to me like there's a circular structure up top on the very top portion and two smaller circular ones underneath it. And all of these have the different colored rock. It's just amazing that they would put that much effort into transporting different rock up there to create some sort of color patterns in the walls. This shot here really shows how there's like a band of that looks like sandstone or rhyolite, the reddish color stone that goes around there, and it goes all the way around the entire ruin, and here's looking out towards the west. And so I'll be going back there this week, and definitely will be taking some on-the-ground footage of what this looks like. I think we'll probably take off on Sunday, because it looked like the weather's good Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then we'll get back Wednesday night. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Hope you all enjoyed this video, and we will see you in the next one. Take care.